Nah, we're not on yet. Cool. Are we live? Am I live? Is this live? Oh, did I start my stream? Look at this. Little single keypad, single button keypad. I'm going to trigger, it's USB. I'm going to hotkey this into under my desk here somewhere. I don't know, under there or something. So it's simple and easy to hit. And whenever I hit that, if I ever need to kill the stream, you know, it's like a dead switch, a dead kill switch. Let me just check something here. I just want to check if the oh yeah, it's cool. It's all working. Shit, it's all working for the first time ever. Yeah. What else have I got? I got two things in the mail here. Also got a parasitic drain on GoVAN. Damn, my vehicle is battery draining like Steve-Van used to do. That's not cool. You know what these are? Dude, these took so long to get here. This is a wrist watch band little loop. I don't know, that's definitely not going to focus, is it? Little loop that goes around the edge of your watch band. I'm going to use them on my shark bands. Bought them from man, why's my monitor flickering? It's all gone wrong. Bought them from China. Took them like months to get here. Yeah, so parasitic drain on GoVAN. Now, here's the thing. What the hell is that, by the way? Why did it come with tweezers? This single button hotkey switch came with tweezers? What the hell is it talking about? I mean, they're pretty nice tweezers too. Could use those to pull out my SD card out of the Slack track. They're quite cool. Why would this device ship with a pair of tweezers? What on earth would that be for? I have no idea why they would be like that. Anyway, so my battery was flat 2 days ago. I parked up. Oh, something's biting my back. Probably just a dingo wallaby kangaroo. I parked up for 2 days, and then when I went to drive, engine didn't start. Battery wouldn't kick over the engine, and I was like, no. What? I had all those issues with Steve-Van back in the day, and when I bought GoVAN, I was so psyched that there is no battery drain issues. So I was like, damn. But what I did use, I have an app in my phone, the RedArc. So I've got two RedArc products. I've got the Shunt, which was the replacement for that kick-ass one, which was an absolute pile of crap. Got the RedArc Shunt, and I've got the RedArc BCDC Alpha 50, which is a battery control device. And it's the latest one from RedArc. And what it does, which is unique to this model and the BCDC Alpha 25, which is 25 amp, 50 amp, what it does that's different is that it allows you to flick a switch essentially and use the secondary battery to put a charge back into the main battery. So in GoVAN, there's the main battery, the cranking battery, the driving battery, and then there are two accessory batteries, two 250 amp hour batteries for my live streams, and they're running together in sequence or whatever to make that one big cell. So I can flick a switch on my app and say, okay, when this battery won't turn the vehicle over, I can just use these two batteries to repair that battery, and off we go. And it takes 15 minutes. So I tried it for the first time when this happened, and it worked perfectly. And I was like, that's cool, but why is my battery drained? And so then when I got home the next day or a day or two later, I started pulling out fuses and working out what on earth is going on and what could be the issue here. And I sussed it down to a fuse that is listed as A.room. Now that's obviously a Japanese, or that's an English translation from Japanese using ChatGPT. By the way, ChatGPT, oh my goodness, I used ChatGPT every single step of the way in this process. I'm not very good with electronics, like motor electronic. What are they called? Auto electronics. I'm not very good with that. I have a multimeter. James suggested I buy one. So I did. By the way, am I live? What's going on? Lately, my chats have been so quiet. Sometimes I think it's not even working. I just double check. Error, duplicate stream key on YouTube. What? What the heck? Okay, I don't know what to say. I see this message, error, duplicate stream key on YouTube. Duplicate stream key? You telling me what now? Why did I do that? How did I do that? Let me just change it. I'm not live on YouTube. Oh, you know what's going on? I did an unlisted. I was doing a test. I did an unlisted stream. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll just change the title of this unlisted stream on YouTube, and I'll set it to listed. Can I change the title while streaming? Yeah, you can. Okay, I changed the title, and I'll make it listed. And this will set it to live. Yeah, I did it. I was trying to do some tests. Okay, so we should be live on YouTube now. Should be live on YouTube. My apologies for that. I realize how I suck. That is just the nature of the beast. I'm live on YouTube. Yes, I am. Okay. And of course, my Stream Ninja will now be pulling in from the wrong source. Let me just adjust that as well. And what happened then? Dude, something really weird. You know what it is? It's Internet Money Wallet. Internet Money Wallet. I'm getting rid of that thing. I'm just trying to find my stream here. Not that it matters. Okay. Let me just pop the chat out here. And just pop this in manually. Okay. Should be good. Should be good. I'll just check. Should be good. It is good. Okay, cool. We're good. We're good. Yeah, I've got to just get rid of this Internet Money Wallet. It's causing issues. It's loading. I'm just going to remove it. I don't use it. Removed. So back to what I was saying. So I used ChatGPT and I asked it, I said, how do you check for a parasitic drain on a vehicle battery using a multimeter? And it said, take the negative terminal off the battery, disconnect the negative terminal, put your multimeter to 10 amps, put the red thing in the red, the black thing in the black on the left-hand side for the 10 amp hour section, and then attach one to the thing that you took off and attach one to the negative terminal on the battery. And then you should see the small drain coming through, small amount of amperage. And I did that, and I straight away got 0.8 amps. 0.8 or 0.0. I can't check, it's on my phone, which I'm still using as a camera because Panasonic are taking forever to fix mine. Yeah, and so then I said, okay, so what on earth? Why is my monitor going off? Man, I don't know. You can't see that, but my monitor just flickering on and off. It's not this one. It's concerning though. Anyway, and then I said, okay, so then I took a photo. I went and pulled fuses until I realized which fuse was causing the drain. So when you pull a fuse, you check. If you still got the drain, it's not that fuse. Keep going along the fuses. First of all, I went internal to the fuses underneath the steering wheel. And then I got halfway through, like there's about 20 fuses down there. Each one requires you to get underneath with your head and like wedge it in and pull this thing out. And I was like, so when I got about halfway through, I thought, wait a second, why don't I just start checking the ones in the engine bay first, because they're easier to access. So I went back and started checking those ones, and I got within 6 or 7 of them. And sure enough, pulled out one, checked the parasitic drain, no longer a drain. So, okay, it's this circuit, whatever this fuse goes to is the issue. And so I took a photo of the circuit of the fuse box, translated it, and it turned out to be A.room. And it turns out a room, which I thought might have been air conditioning, it's not. It was actually I've got to fix this. It could have just been a loose could just be a loose power cable, but it's just flickering on and off. So it turns out a room is not air conditioning. A room controls a number of things: the head unit, the stereo, the internal lighting, the electronic rear view mirrors, the side ones that go in and out, and the locking system. Now, how did I work that out? I thought it was the AC unit. So I pulled that fuse out, reconditioned the battery overnight, woke up early to go to work, went to work on a full charge, no worries. Of course, I pulled out of the driveway and I couldn't adjust my mirror. I normally tuck them in so it's tighter in the garage. I couldn't adjust that mirror because the fuse was out. I was like, okay. And I had no cabin lights at 3:30 in the morning or whatever it was. I also had no music because the stereo was off. And I was like, okay. But I had AC. I was like, so it's not the air conditioning. It's not air conditioning. Okay. So then when I got to where I park my van up before I go paddling across for whatever, I realized that I can't lock the van. I was like, are you kidding me? That fuse controls the lock as well. And I was like, damn, dude, this one fuse is everything. So I had to faff around and put a fuse in on the spot and do all this and do all that, which I did do. Just turn this other mic. That mic was still on. I did all that correctly and then went to work, came home. And then today I spent most of the day or most of the afternoon, or probably from 11 a.m. till about 3 p.m., literally using ChatGPT to isolate each one of these issues and try to see if one of these things, so the head unit, the interior lighting, the rear view motorized mirrors, and the locking system, I went through each one of those and tried to isolate it and find out there's all these control units and stuff. And I asked ChatGPT to tell me where this is in the lineup and blah, 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 blah. I've got to just adjust whatever's going on back there. The monitor keeps flicking out. It probably won't do it again now. And so I ended up checking everything except for the locking system. There's a lock control unit that I couldn't find. Just couldn't find. I found the rear mirror power module. I found that wasn't where it was supposed to be, but I found it under the glove or behind the glove box. Ever pulled a glove box out? That's interesting. Get these little black things on the side. You got to sort of twist them around and push them in and then squeeze it and it just pops out. Thought I broke it at first, but took the pinnacle, I think. There's a thing it's like a little console on the center dash that's got all these different peripherals in it. Pulled that apart. didn't break anything. 2 parts of that were broken, but not by me. Also noticed that my altimeter, the thing that tells you whether you're level, that's never worked. And you know why? It's because it's full of fuel. It's full of fluid. Well, it used to be, because all that fluid was drained out. And there's drained fluid all at the back there. I thought maybe that might have shorted something out. Checked the headset, the head unit, pulled it all apart, checked the drain, still getting a drain. So I isolated each one of these things and couldn't locate the drain. I took apart the door, took out on the side door where you control the... Fucking hell. I'm sorry, I just can't... Maybe I shouldn't be streaming. Where is this HDMI port? I don't know. I'm in a bad mood. I'm not in a bad mood. I'm a little flustered. That's all. I'm a little flustered. I thought I would have been able to resolve the issue. I'm also a little concerned because, again, there's just dead quiet in the chat. Nobody here. Either there's nobody here or the chat's not working, and that always concerns me. Oh, there's Dale. There you are, Dale. How you doing, man? Were you there before? Calm your tits. This isn't rocket science, dude. It all feels like rockets. Thank you for saying something. At least I know I'm not chatting to, or at least I know I'm not streaming to nobody. It does feel. Look, I'll be honest. I enjoy. Do I enjoy it? I get a kick out of learning. I get a kick out of the learn process. So learning from ChatGPT is learning. Yeah, so I'm getting a kick out of that. What I did was I took photos of things and I told it what I'd found, and it said, "Oh, you've just found the Bosch module that controls fuel injection, and it does this and that. Not quite related to that circuit that you're looking for, but you might as well check it while you're there." So I'd remove it from the lineup and then go back to the parasitic check. Still got that 0.8 amp drain. Okay, it's not that. Plug it back in, tuck it back away. I should call in and harass your silly ass. It's, you know what it is, man? There's more to it than... I don't want to have to... I don't want to have to go to an auto electrician. I want to be able to resolve it myself, but I feel like I'm up against the wall with it now. I spent all the afternoon doing everything that I could, and I didn't resolve it. So now I unless someone, because I posted up on this forum, unless someone says to me that, what's it called? The electronic locking control module. That's what it's called. ECTM, the electronic control module, electronic locking control module. Oh, that's located here and it looks like this. If you pull that panel off, you should be able to find it with a little bit of digging around. That, unless someone does that, I've done everything I can do. I pulled off the side paneling, dug through all the wiring, couldn't find it. I'm looking for something I don't even know what I'm looking for, really. Like I'm looking for a module, a little black box, a little black thing with like wires coming in and out of it. I mean, to be frank, there's hundreds of those things in Japanese vehicles, and they're all listed with Japanese words on them. So I'm looking at things and I'm not knowing what they are, but I kind of enjoyed that process. Not that I want to be an auto electrician at all, but I want to fix GoVAN. Yeah. Boo fucking who? Quit your bitching. Gee, you're in a feisty one today. You're in a feisty mood. Determined German, aka a pain in the ass. Could be either of those things, couldn't it? Yeah. I like this idea though, this single button keyboard. Just a single button, which I can hotkey. And if I ever need to either stop the stream or maybe I should trigger this to bring up a be right back. Like if I hit that, it just brings up this immediately, you know, no faffing around, just be right back for whatever the reason. Sometimes there's reasons why the stream has to be jump started or jump stopped. This is like a safety kill all. I don't even know where I should put it though. Like it's something that I shouldn't be pressing. Probably won't ever press it, but I could probably just put it over the side there and it's like, bam. How long's the cable run? Yeah, it's long enough. Purple USB, dude. Look at that. That's not going to get a focus, but that's pretty cute, isn't it? Okay, fine. I won't call in, you wanker. Well, I probably won't be streaming for too long today, being that times have changed and we have new guests, housemates here. I'm thinking she might pop in for a bit. I'm actually babysitting tonight, so I've actually got to go out and start GoVAN. I've got to go out and GoVAN's in the driveway, and I'm sharing the access now with my sister, but she's driving off shortly to do something. I'm going to go out there and try to see if GoVAN starts because, dude, it might not even kick over. But I'm hoping Poopsie comes in and can run the stream for a bit while I go out and faff around with that. But if I did set this up to be a trigger, like a safety button, it's kind of like it's not as high tech as the H3 podcast button. I don't know if you guys know anything about that. On the H3 podcast, they have a button that they can press that actually erases the last 20 seconds or so of the stream. And so if anything ever happens that shouldn't have gone to air, which, let's be frank, that does happen from time to time with streamers. People often say things they shouldn't, relay information they shouldn't relay, comment the way they shouldn't, say a word they shouldn't say. Well, they have the option to press the button and it just literally takes back 20 seconds. And the viewers get this, you know, like a stagnant card that comes up saying so-and-so fucked up or technical difficulties or whatever it is. And then that bit gets erased from the stream. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's not what this is though. This is just a instant trigger of another scene, which I'll set up as a be right back or something. I could trigger it to trigger a video, for instance, or a loop of some sort. I don't know. I mean, it's not that technically knowledgeable, but a video, for instance. Hey. What's playing in the background? Oh, that's the D Live. I bet that's D Live. What? Am I not live on D Live? Am I not live on D Live? Are you kidding me? Dude. Okay, I got to tell you. Beamstream. I'm not live. Beamstream. What the fuck me? Fuck me. I gotta turn it off and back on again on Beamstream on D Live. Okay. I'm not gonna get angry. I'm not even caring actually. I'll just kill that. Pretty annoying. It's live now. Something that you've got to just do. You've got to just check that it's live on all these platforms. Never had to do that before. Something that you've got to just do. You've got to just
Where?
check. Oh, it's over there. My YouTube stream's playing in the background. Okay. This video, North Korea, inside North Korea in 2025. Intense.
On the 3rd of April 2025, we found a way to sneak inside and become the first Westerners to gain access to Pyongyang, the capital of North Korea, in over 5 years.
Is this for real?
North Korea is one of the most isolated countries on Earth, and its border has been officially sealed to tourists since the start of the pandemic. This trip is full of unknowns, and we have no idea what we'll be allowed to see and film, but we're heading to Pyongyang with an open mind.
Wait, won't these guys just get arrested once this gets published?
And hoping to come away with a better understanding of life inside one of the most secretive and oppressive regimes on the planet. And on that note, with our visas stuck down, phones wiped clean, and slightly cacking up hands, let's head to North.
Hey, Poopsin!
Important announcement.
Announce away.
At 7, make sure you do the dinner.
So that, what's up there behind you? Seriously, on the roof. What is that, a moth? Yeah, I thought this might happen. We just got going with a North Korean video.
Yeah, it's a moth.
It's just a moth. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, how about something? I need
Roblox.
I need help, Poops.
Yes.
you do you want to stream for me for a bit? I got to just move my van, or at least see if it works.
Sure.
You want to stream for a bit?
Yeah.
Do you know how to use?
I'm just gonna play some Roblox.
Well, you can't play Roblox while you're streaming. That's you. You've got to be here on the stream, but you can go over here and you can search YouTube videos.
Maybe we can do funny cat videos.
Sure. So let me show you something. You're gonna have to turn that off. So if you're going to stream, you have to focus on the audience. This button here takes you back to this one. This one here, Firefox, takes you over to the YouTube. And when you're on the YouTube, you can start searching for videos that you want.
Is this what they see?
Yeah. So this is here. So if you want to go back to the home, that's that one. You see?
Yeah.
See how it works?
What's that red one?
That's just the background audio, but you don't need that. But this here is, so when you get on here, you can start searching for videos.
Can you search funny cat videos?
I want you to be able to search. You can take the controls, girl. Here, sit down. I'll make this smaller for you. Because I've got to bring my van in.
Can you shuffle this up? Thank you.
Kansas?
Kansas. Oh, nice and warm.
Nice and warm skins. So you know how that works, and then you can search videos. I'll leave you to it, okay?
Oh, jeez.
I'll leave you with it. Where's my keys?
How long are you going to be?
About 5 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, Slinky Kitty. Slinky Kitty. Slinky Kitty coming down the stairs. Look at her. She's staring at my shirt. She thinks there's a dog in my
Yeah. Oh.
Oh my god, this is not happening.
Decent sized mouse.
Only for 5 minutes. What?
Hello?
Yes, I do. I'm gonna get a cat when I'm older. Just like 2 years older. Oh god.
Uncle Benny, come. Davo88 says meow meow gives lol. Oh.
Emmy, stay. Sit. Emmy, stop.
She's like, stop.
Keep your paws closed, or you're gonna get off them. Thank you. You can't get out. Oh!
Oh, peekaboo. Oh, God. Oh, God.
He's on the side of the road. Someone just. Oh no! It's a whole. Oh my gosh! I can't take you off. Hot diggity dog.
Aria, what did you do? What did you do? Oh, you did this to yourself.
Got stuck between the real door.
Shit. Ouch. I got a question.
What? It's like me.
Yeah.
She's happy for look. She's happy.
Looking happy, that one.
Okay.
What a catch. Oh no! What was it? Chocolate bread?
It's like, no. No. It's like, I'm here too.
Excuse me? Excuse me? George! George, drop it! George!
He wants food. Uncle Winnie.
That's a bot. Not even a human. Just ignore it.
Are you okay?
She's just lazy.
What's the video?
Oh! He's like... He's trying to get in his sandwich. What the heck was that?
Dude, that goes for an hour, this video. We're not watching the whole
I know, but that cat just flew through the roof.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want to have Roblox time but not on the stream.
Kind of.
Okay, go back to the home button and just explain to the stream that you're going to see Uncle Benny's surfing clip from today, and I'll trigger it down here. You don't even know that there's a stream deck down here, do you? You can't reach it.
No, I can't. So Uncle Benny's surfing thing from today, I'm gonna put it on. So
Don't know what I did on that one. Had a good chance at something cool, and I cooped it.
Therein lies the joy.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That was interesting. Poopsie stuck up there for a second. Doug, that was a bit of a mistake today, but I agree with you. The angle of the solo shot, the beach camera, what happened was, and it's because of the amount of erosion right now on the beach. So typically you can just walk gently off the edge to the sand, but now it's a direct drop right down, like about 1.5 meters, just vertical drop because of all this storm erosion. And so what I'm doing is I'm putting my solo shot on top of the dune because there's so little sand at a high tide. There's just nowhere to put it because the waves come it'll get wet. So I've got to put it on top of the dunes. So I put it on top of the dunes. And today, instead of surfing in front of it, I ended up paddling out quite far down because I thought I'd get this. It was a little bit of a struggle to get out there this morning. And I thought if I took this rip out, I'd wind up more or less in front. But it ended up keeping me down maybe 2.5, maybe 3 banks too far down. But the solo shot, it's got a long enough zoom. I think it looks good. It highlights the heads. It had that today was a particularly good angle because of the compression. It looks like the headland is quite close behind, but got myself an ice cold homebrew here in the kick chat. Exclamation drink, exclamation pour will do me the solid. Man, I got to dust my room. There's dust everywhere. Holy crap, it's really dirty. And we'll continue watching the North Korean video, but I do feel like a homebrew. It might be a bit too cold though. It's been in the freezer. It's the bottle. Oh no, it's good. Okay. Okay. Cheers, Azizes. Where were we in this video here?
North Korea.
North Korea.
North Korea.
Rocket Man.
Kim Jong-un.
Rocket Man.
Our Korean people.
I wonder how these dudes did this. Is that Floridian still in the chat? Yo, Dale's Dugsky, are you still around? Dale, Dugsky, Doug wants to know if Dale's still around. That's what I'm trying to say.
Founded our party and developed into an invincible party ever.
Welcome to Beijing Capital Airport. The journey begins from here. We're actually here 4 hours early. I've never been so early for a flight in my life. Are we nervous? A little. I think.
Now look, hold on a second. Are tourists not allowed to go to North Korea? Is that a thing? Or is this kind of skirting around the laws? Let's ask, you know who? Chat Gius Pius Tius Machine.
Hold on, Uncle Bunny.
Are tourists allowed to visit North Korea? Some people entered a marathon in North Korea and they got in the way. As of May 2025, North Korea has intermittently reopened its borders to foreign tourists after a 5-year closure due to the COVID-19 pandemic. However, access remains highly restricted and subject to sudden changes. Current status of tourism, limited reopenings, small group of Westerners visits, okay, restricted areas. So, just asking off the cuff, is it out of hand? No, is it out of ordinary for YouTubers to shoot content there? Content in North Korea. Yes, it's highly out of the ordinary for YouTubers or any independent content content creators to shoot content in North Korea. Here's why. Extreme government control. All travel within North Korea is tightly controlled by the government. Foreigners are always accompanied by state-approved guides. Filming is restricted, and unauthorized video or photos can lead to equipment confiscation. Okay. Risks of... So there was a risk here. YouTubers who have filmed there, a few notable YouTubers and filmmakers have managed to film inside North Korea. They did so with government approval. Okay, their footage is often sanitized or staged by the regime. Examples include Drew Binsky, Louis Cole, fun for Louis, right, and Eva Zubek, all of whom faced criticism for potentially promoting propaganda. So who are these yahoos then? Matt and Julia, 3 weeks ago. What about the channel Matt and Julia? Great channel name, by the way, Matt and Julia. The channel Matt and Julia indeed produce content from North Korea, which is quite rare and challenging due to the country's strict regulations. In 2025, Matt and Julia participated in Pyongyang Marathon. Oh, these people entered the marathon. Doug, these are the people. One of the few events that allow limited foreign access to the country. This marathon provided them with a unique opportunity to experience a brief period of unsupervised moments in Pyongyang. They documented their experience in the video we're watching, highlighting interactions with local. So they slid in under the guise of the marathon, and then they filmed a whole bunch of content. Okay, so the question is, did they face scrutiny? Scrutinany? How do you spell scrutiny? Did they face repercussions for their video? As of now, there are no publicly reported repercussions. Okay. Okay, how about we continue watching? There was no danger. They were there for a marathon. Fair enough.
We're going to be the first people inside this city in over 5 years. And by the way, for the purpose of this trip, we are not tourists. Pyongyang is still officially closed. Nobody has gone there in 5 years. No tourists are still allowed there. North Korea reopened last month for 1 week before it shut down again, and that was only just a little section of the country.
Wait. Is this guy not going to tell us about the marathon? Is he going to pretend they're there as a tourist? Dugsky, there were quite a few YouTubers, but had to run a marathon. I watched another guy do it. Yeah, and he finished the marathon. This guy doesn't look like he's a marathon runner, though.
But somehow we managed to get the chance to get inside as amateur athletes.
There you go.
We're going there to run the Pyongyang Marathon.
There
Our
you go.
guides for this trip won't be tourist tour guides. We're going with the sports delegation. Quite honestly, everything about this trip is completely unknown. We don't know what to expect when we get there, what we're going to do.
So the only way to get into this particular part of North Korea, and therefore North Korea on its whole, is to lie? That might make it worse for you dudes.
How the situation inside North Korea is going to be. You know, Pyongyang's been a black hole for over 5 years, and we're going to be the first Westerners to step foot there in over 5 years. Exciting, nerve-wracking. Let's go and check in.
Pretty intriguing. Bye-bye. As if this trip wasn't intense enough, we're about to board the world's only one-star airline, Koryo Air, from Beijing to Pyongyang. 1 star. I don't know if I'd be
We just went for the security check.
too keen to
And we
fly.
can see our plane. It's Tupolev 204, an old Soviet plane. Should be a very interesting experience. I'm so excited about being in North Korea.
Now, what is her accent? Initially, I was going to say German.
I don't know why, I'm just incredibly nervous. Matt keeps saying to me, like, don't worry, we've been to way more dangerous places. And I know, But with other places, you kind of know what to expect. But here, everything is just up in the air. A lot of unexpected things, you know, can happen. Incredibly curious, but pretty nervous as well. I really hope that we will manage to speak to some people and see the real life inside one of the most mysterious country in the world. I think
Yeah, she sounds like a German speaking English.
it's time to board the plane to Pyongyang.
Xie
Please.
Hello, hello. Of course, yes.
So along the passage looking to numbers E.
Yep. Middle. Thank you very much.
Follow the passage.
Okay, handsome. Hi, how are you? Sorry. See you on the other side, mate.
See ya.
It's weird they don't sit together. Guess it's a cheap airline. Wait, they're sitting together now?
Apparently we're not supposed to film anything on a flight, and the stewardess keeps walking up and down the aisle telling everyone to stop filming or taking any pictures, so we need to start being really careful, I guess, what we say and what we film. This flight is really bad.
After landing in the DPRK, we went through the passport and customs checks, where officials went through our stuff, logging all of our electrical items.
I was going to say, they're rocking up for a marathon, but they've got what I'm assuming would be vlog cameras, or she's just using a phone. They might just be filming on their phones, which wouldn't trigger off, that wouldn't set off any alerts. You know, phones and maybe a microphone. Yeah, I mean, they got a visa to go there quite easily, so...
And checking for politically sensitive or religious books. Obviously feeling a bit nervous and unsure of the rules, we stopped filming until we got out of the airport.
So what now? They've just rocked up to another country where no Westerners meant to go, and what, they just got an Uber? Where? Explain that bit. Who picked you up from the airport? Oh, they said they had a guide, didn't they? A marathon guide, a running guide. By the way, it's getting cold back here.
It is too. It is for me too.
Yeah. No, put a jumper on. So he's in a group with 4 guides. So I'm assuming these are all marathon runners. Doug, I find the videos on North Korea interesting. I mean, yeah, it's certainly intriguing, isn't it? It's got me captivated.
I think around 20 athletes. We're all athletes.
I wonder what their criteria was to enter this marathon. Like, what marathons have you done? What are your race, like, what are your positions? How did you place? Because, I mean, they don't look like runners. Now, I'm not too sure what a runner should look like, but not like this is what I'm going for.
Everyone keeps asking.
Huh?
Like with the
sweatband.
Yeah, they don't look like they're fitness sort of at all, fitness fanatics. I mean, they could ace it and beat everybody.
Do you really like running?
They're in a minibus. I think I saw these guys in the other YouTuber I watched. Oh, so there was the other YouTuber was there for the same marathon at the same time filming. Interesting.
I love running.
As we
These
drove
dudes
from
have
the
never,
airport towards
they've never run before.
the city, the sun started to set, and we got the chance to witness rush hour in Pyongyang as locals returned home after their day's work.
Yeah, they're lying.
It looks kind of pretty, doesn't it?
The first thing that struck us was the absence of any advertising or billboards in the city, replaced instead by propaganda posters and party slogans. There were actually a lot more cars than we expected, including a few Western branded ones. Apparently car ownership is on the rise in the DPRK, although it still remains very low.
There was about
especially
20
outside
athletes in total, Doug. Okay. It looks like they're all part of the same entourage, if you like.
Pyongyang.
I mean, that just looks like Walleye Creek to me.
After an hour's driving, we finally arrived at our hotel, which fittingly, for a couple of amateur athletes, is located in the Pyongyang Sports Village. Welcome home for the next 5 days. Hello. What number?
Yeah, so they're using this marathon as a disguise to create content. I wonder if the other entrants to the marathon are doing a similar thing, because they all seem to be part of the same group, that they might have all been brought in on a package kind of thing. Like, these are the only people we're going to permit to enter the marathon. Only Westerners, I mean.
Aha, aha. Comes over.
We just got inside our room. We quickly had some dinner because all of us were starving. And the customs, the whole process went pretty smooth. I think we were all very nervous. Funnily enough, people on passport control were exceptionally friendly. They were asking us random questions and just trying to chat with us.
Yeah. I'm saying that I couldn't run a marathon either, Doug. Me either.
Smiley. It seemed like they were just practicing their English. So we had all our bags and phones, cameras checked. We had to fill in lots of different forms on the way, like declarations, how much money we have and what currencies and whatnot. Apart from that, that was really smooth. But we just got inside and
this woman sounds like she's originally German, but she's lived in the UK. A German native living in the UK, because she's got a little bit of English Cockney kind of going through there.
this is 2 lights. So the room is as you can tell, pretty dark. We have 2 lights.
These don't work.
These don't work.
I'd struggle to run out of sight in a dark night, Dusky. What? Oh, wow. That looks safe. No wonder there's like, well, I don't know if there is, but if there's ever like hotel fires and shit, there's the reason. Holy shit.
It's a lot of cables.
I would not feel safe with that.
For 2 lights.
He's an electrician.
He's a
I
Sparky.
think we're gonna go to bed because tomorrow is just gonna be.
We're in North Korea. What does that mean? The Democratic Republic of Korea. Thank you very much. Good morning from Pyongyang. This is our first look at the city, and we've come across town to arguably the most famous spot here in the city. This is the monument to Marshal Kim Il-sung and General Kim Jong-il. 5 minutes in that direction are the statues. We're going to go up, pay our respects. Let's go have a look. Welcome to Pyongyang. Wow, first morning.
Respect, huh? What a way to start a day.
안녕하세요. These ones up there?
Yeah.
Arsi. Bullshit.
Are you okay?
감사합니다.
There are lots of flower shops around this area, and if you want, you can purchase some flowers and lay them down as a token of respect to the great leaders.
What?
Okay. Okay, let's go.
The leaders are dead? You're laying flowers for dead leaders, or are these leaders the ones that are still alive?
Yep. Yep, okay.
Wow.
They're pretty impressive statues. That's as close as you can. I guarantee that's a law. That's as close as you can get to film. You have to stay behind this line to film. Crazy stuff.
Thank you. Try to move back.
Bow to the statue.
So behind us is the monument to President Kim Il-sung and
No, he's still
General
alive.
Kim Jong-il. And this is over 20 meters high. And on either side there's
It's kind of strange having a statue for someone who's still alive. I thought statues was to commemorate those who have passed.
monuments, one for the Party Foundation and one for the struggle against imperialism on the right. And this is the most famous place here in North Korea, in the DPRK, I should say. This is the place that I really didn't imagine we would be right now, but it's very, very incredible to be here. You have to be very respectful. This is a very sacred place to locals, and you need to make sure that the two leaders are completely in frame all the time you're taking photos or videos.
You can't just do one.
Koreans are insanely respectful.
Oh, dudes, I got to pause. I got to go and put dinner on. I'm going to play my surfing clip again from today. Dugsy, you're the only one here. They are the current president's father and grandfather. Is that right? I've got to run and do something, so I'll run the surfing clip again. I'll be right back.
Don't know what I did on that one. Had a good chance at something cool, and I cooped it.
I forgot I had to do that. Had to go and sort the dinner, but my sister made lasagna. All I got to do is put it in the oven. That's what I just did. Let's continue on with North Korea.
Treat their leaders as essentially gods, and you will never know how they truly feel, but when you talk to them, you can feel how proud they are of their past, of their country, you know, and they're really happy to be here.
We've seen some statues in our travels. We've seen a lot of Lenins in our time. We even saw a Bill Clinton recently in Kosovo. But this is by far the most impressive statue of any leader we've seen anywhere in the world. These two statues are well over 20 meters high. It's just incredible sight. Looking over the city, the view over Pyongyang from here is absolutely unbelievable. Shame it's a little bit hazy today, but nevertheless, it's a real magical place.
It's very, yes, there's a lot going on, there's a lot to process. I so constantly feel very conscious when you have a lot of people listening to what you say.
Monument over there on the hill is to honor the Chinese and Soviets who helped the Koreans in their war of liberation.
Okay.
Shall we go to the center and then take more pictures? Again, picture time, again.
Picture time. Picture time.
It's very regimented,
It's
isn't
time
it?
to go.
Do this
Places
now,
to
do
see.
this then.
Things to do here in Pyongyang. Is this our bus?
Yeah, on the 10 to 10 to Pyongyang.
Say again?
Too many buses, I might get into the wrong one.
Can I have what?
Do you wanna?
You can have the window seat.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, I didn't do anything for you. I know. Did you all saw that, right? Yeah, and it's on camera.
It is. That's it. Now I can't hide you.
Those side statues, yeah, impressive. Oh my, awesome. My NDI is crapped out again. Let me just open up my NDI source again. Ah, man, I'm getting fed up with this camera doing this. It just pops. It just stops every now and then. NDI. Awesome. Weird. What the hell is going on, man? Interesting.
I'm the editor, so it'll never happen.
Okay, what do you think of the monument?
It's very impressive.
What would happen if...
Would you like some SMVs?
No, thanks.
Okay.
What would happen if you said it was lame? What do you reckon they'd do if you said, oh, that... Actually, Poopsie, yeah! Okay. What would happen if you said that statue was lame? I've seen better statues on the back of a cornflakes packet.
Very grand. How did they make you feel?
I like how they make them look like the entire city. Like, oh, look what we built.
Yeah.
I think that's symbolizes.
Very powerful.
That's strong. Yeah, it's powerful.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone to pay respect to our leaders. Thank you so much for that.
Over the next few days, we are going to try to get a real sense of what life is like inside North Korea. But as you can imagine, that's not exactly easy. The people here are friendly and they do warm up to you. But a lot of this experience is about reading between the lines. I mean, we are walking around with a camera. You can't really blame them for being careful, can you?
So you're going to see a lot of monuments throughout this trip. And this one behind us is actually the
Yo,
Juche
H-Man.
monument.
Hello, hello. What's cracking, H-Man?
Which is the monument to the Juche idea that North Korea, DPRK, I'm going to get used to that the DPRK is built on. And that's basically, in essence, the idea of self-reliance.
Cool.
The DPRK is one of the most sanctioned countries in the world.
Favorite.
And that means that they have had to rely on themselves for a lot of food and products. And the Juche idea is central to everything here in the DPRK, from the overall infrastructure of the country to the individual. And this behind us is the Juche monument.
Yeah, by the way, Hendrik, was this your video? Who put this in the chit chat? I'm enjoying it. I didn't know if I'd like this video, but I am certainly enjoying it. It was you. Yeah, cool, man.
Вы приехали в России? Да вы что? А вы не знаете, в каком году? В каком году? Только уже прошло много лет после открытия нашего монумента. Перед открытием нашего монумента.
Вы очень хорошо говорите по-русски.
Я здесь работаю гидом.
Oh, she's Russian. She's speaking Russian. So not German, Russian English. Right on.
Да вы что, давно?
Уже давно.
Уже давно? Вы очень хорошо говорите по-русски, лучше, чем я. Как вас зовут?
Меня зовут Ким Кумсу.
Юлия.
Юлия.
Ага, Юлия.
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 Вы работаете?
Я пекарь.
Пекарь.
Знаете,
Да.
хлеб. Учу людей, как печь хлеб.
Ну, пожалуйста, вот так другая. Я думаю, что так.
It's intriguing that they're allowed to speak in Russian, you know? Like, is that a thing that they're allowed to do? I guess so.
You got the flag.
For the pictures.
How did you find the
statue?
Yeah.
So impressive. It was like, it was very special because I don't know, it just felt very respectfully, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like this whole place
It's
felt like
overwhelming feeling,
it's an
right?
overwhelming feeling. A little bit like it's a heavy feeling also. I had the feeling, right? Because like it's like this big monument, and then it kind of look down to you, and you just stand there, like feeling so.
When did Casey Neistat get younger? Me no speak Rusky.
You do. Is this gentleman your guide?
Yes.
Yes? What is your name?
Best guide.
Your name?
Ilgo.
Ilgo.
Yeah.
I'm Julia Ilgo. Nice to meet you.
Friends can kill him, Kim, but you cannot. Only friends.
You're trouble. You're trouble.
You're in the wrong group.
I know. I feel like it.
We went up to the top of the Juche monument for a view over the city, but we were not allowed to film anything.
안녕하세요.
It all looks pretty clean, doesn't it?
Hello, hello.
Did they let you come down? Are we going back to the bus?
Do you know what? I don't know. Like, I just started walking and no one stopped me. So
yes.
I mean, I saw you went. So
Yeah, no, I asked her. I was like, did you go there already? It's like, no, I want to go like down. She's
Yeah.
like, okay, go fast. I was like,
ah, okay.
So I'm like, okay.
These guys.
Okay.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh, they're bad.
Attacked by mosquitoes. Even the mosquitoes hate the imperialists here.
I just opened my mouth to say, but why me then? But
You know why.
I
You
couldn't
know
stop
why.
myself then.
They know why, and you know why.
I feel like first few days especially are going to be a bit more tense because everyone's getting used to each other. We're getting used to the guides and getting to know them, getting the feel of how far we can go, what is it okay to do,
Yeah, clean
and
like
say
China.
and film and what's not. And also there are quite a lot of rules and a lot of places you can't film at, but there is way more you actually can film. I thought you wouldn't be allowed to film on the bus at all.
No talk about the marathon for the last 3 days either. Aren't they in training for a marathon?
Anything out of the window. We're doing it all the time without problem, apart from if there is a checkpoint. But the guides tell you just put your cameras down for now. And I guess it is what it is. You don't question it, which is quite hard for me sometimes because on everything I'm like, but why? But here you just accept it. You nod and you follow the rules because in the end of the day, we are all going to leave. Hopefully. You don't want to...
What kind of checks do they do? Like if you're... So they're saying that their guide is always around them listening to what they say. But what if they say something like, I think this monument sucks and I don't really care too much for Kim Young-sung, or whatever his name is. They say that on the video. The tour guide doesn't hear them say it, but they have footage of them saying it and they published it in a YouTube video. I mean, how easy would that be to do? Or how easy would it be to film the content, then put subtitles over it or captions over it saying how lame it is or whatever? Like they're not, the Korean government isn't watching all the footage you shoot before you leave the country, right? Or are they? Is someone at the airport literally sitting down and watching all your SD cards of footage? I highly doubt it, right?
Put people in trouble, right?
Because all this could just be B-roll and they just put their vocal over the top of it later. Like they don't have to be speaking in the moment.
감사합니다. До свидания. Спасибо.
Еще раз вот посвящайте. Обязательно. Приедем еще раз, конечно. Договорились.
Увидимся еще.
That Russian chick must have been stoked. Hey, she's like, no, I'm talking Russian here in North Korea. That hasn't happened in a long time.
Stop 3 on the monument tour of Pyongyang. Party Foundation Monument.
You can't see too many monuments here, right? This is the Party Foundation Monument. It is a statue dedicated to the Workers' Party of North Korea, the party that surprisingly has won every single election since its foundation.
We built this monument.
That was a voiceover. That was a bit controversial. The Workers' Party, who somewhat surprisingly has won every election that they've been in ever since they've been in existence.
Its foundation.
We built this monument in order to show those people that the achievements of the President Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il, who founded our party and developed into an invincible party ever.
What is this building over there? Oh,
That's the Church of Scientology. They got blue buildings like that, don't they?
Supermarket.
Supermarché.
Construction. Is it new or is it being rebuilt? No, new one. New, I see. And there we have hospital. General hospital, but it's not completed. Ah, it's new as well. Yes. So is this a new area completely or not so much? No, just this one. Just this and this one. Okay. The others have been here. Okay. I see.
It's quiet there
After the
too.
monument, we headed to a souvenir shop, the first of a few that day.
Monuments and souvenir stores thus far.
I'm happy.
안녕하세요. Audi. An Audi. A lot of Audis actually, black Audis.
Are you talking to the camera or me?
To be honest, yeah, it's you, yeah. I'm putting it out into the universe, yeah.
These are weird, these are new.
Jet tours, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them in Mongolia. They look like kind of nice until you see the front.
So
Sure, yeah.
you've been to Korea over 100 times?
North
Over
Korea.
how many years?
Oh, I started 2007.
2007. Would you say it changed a lot over that time?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
In what way?
Now I would say it's changed. I mean, if you ask me years, because it was always gradual.
Yeah.
So like, it'd be something small, and
Yeah.
then like the buildings now are all these new complexes.
Yeah.
So like the new buildings, the tower blocks. I like the guides. So the other thing you get is the like you want people's lives to improve wherever you
Yeah,
go.
of course,
Is my
of course,
mind.
of course.
So like the big one, 2000. I think it was about 2009, 10 when they got mobile phones. That was a big jump.
And the phones, I guess they have their own internal internet that they can
They have their own
communicate.
internet.
It's
They
like
have
WhatsApp,
their own games, their own
Fascinating.
What would you say, like, because you've been here a lot, what is the biggest?
An internal internet. That's an intranet. They have a closed internet. That's interesting.
Like misconception that we
I
make
haven't
up?
been here for 5 years though. No, I don't know. I mean, because everybody's
regularly here,
the
though?
biggest one for me is the, and it's, I guess it's something that's not always clearly said, but people see the sensationalist media, the marching through the streets, and so in people's minds they tend to see people maybe like autons or robotic like, whereas working here and working with Koreans, you can see that the people on the ground are just everyday people trying to earn a living or make A to B work, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Did you hear the tune that started playing while we were talking? I only picked it up later when I was editing. At the time, I didn't notice it at all. The sound has this proper 1984 vibe. Being here does make you paranoid.
Wow.
You start questioning everything, even the small, silly things, like why are the manhole covers sealed shut? Okay, here we are.
Interesting
One
question.
of the main squares here in Pyongyang, DPRK.
Today's actually a holiday here in the DPRK. I don't know if we mentioned in this video or not, but that means there's a lot of families around this park at the moment. I'd be interested to know if on a work day there's more people or less, because yes, there's families, but it's still quite empty, to be fair. But yeah, this main building is actually the National Library. It's called the Study House, but it's the National Library.
You know what it is?
Can I have the rest?
National Library.
Help yourself, yeah.
Can I have the rest?
We're going there
Sorry,
tomorrow.
no, I
Don't
don't
have
know.
all
What
of
is
it.
it?
This is a national library.
Wow.
You want to eat it all?
We're going inside tomorrow.
Okay,
Cool.
okay.
This is theater for Korean People's Army band.
Yep. Today is a holiday, by the way. What holiday is it?
We do kind of memorial service to our ancestors. We go to mountains.
Yep.
And pack some foods for them.
So many people would have left the city today and they go to the mountains.
Gone to mountains and some
Okay.
people today.
Okay.
It does kind of look quiet there. I thought that too. The city looks quiet. Like, I was almost going to ask, what's the population of North Korea? Hey Siri, what's the population of North Korea?
As of 2024, the population of North Korea was 26,498,820.
Shit, 26 mil, and there's basically a ghost town there in Pyongyang because it's a public holiday.
I expected it's going to be busier today because it's holiday, but it's actually the other way around. Interesting.
There's a massive screen on the
Do you
building.
reckon they screen the World Cup games?
Yeah. I mean, I saw World Cup stamps.
Yeah, there was.
2018, so maybe they did.
Do you know if they were showing the World Cup right here?
I don't know if it was here. They show all sorts of stuff though. Korean movies.
Oh really? So in the summer or whatever, people can sit out.
If
And,
they've got a current pop group,
yeah.
not uncommon for them to show like pop music and subtitles and.
Did you say like they have no other influence of like music or movies from anywhere at all?
I don't know. I mean, I don't live here, so people say not. Some
But
people
you
say
don't.
that there's stuff received.
You just never
But I don't know. I mean, I've listened to music on the bus, and Koreans have heard it and asked to listen to it, and there's never been, not recently, but in the past.
And
they've liked some of it. James Blunt sounds like a woman, apparently.
It's a good, yeah.
James Blunt.
What's a woman singing about?
Seriously?
No.
You had the chance to play some Western music on a bus in North Korea and you chose James Blunt? Well, there's your problem.
I know.
Okay,
Your
guys,
favourite mosaic?
We don't go
You said,
said
oh, your
Julia's
favourite.
favourite.
Julia's favourite. Yeah.
Did you bring us here because I said
And then we're going to go back and look at the fountain.
maybe.
Thank you very much.
There are several mosaics in our country.
There's another one there, yeah. 안녕하세요.
Okay, guys, remember there's still images of the leaders, so please be respectful.
Those are images of the leaders, so be respectful. That's fucking stupid, right? Like, they're just images. And it's this false, it's phony, right? Like, be respectful to the leaders. What if you don't agree with the leaders? Some of those buildings should be in the Docklands in Melbourne. I mean, some of it looks very, very similar to Australia. No doubt about that. That library that was about 5 minutes ago, the library building looked like the Chinese gardens in Darling Harbour.
I don't know if you can see, but the statues of the great leaders are right over there.
Look at that tree, dude. Forget the statue. Look at these trees. That looks cool, man. Those trees are rad. By the way, we're almost 3/4 of the way through this. Are we not gonna see the marathon? I kind of want to see how these dudes run.
It's really evident that guides that we have with us really want us to see everything the best they have to show. So they're really making sure that we get to see every place during the time that we have here. And because we're a group of amateur athletes, I don't actually think we have professional guides with us. I know I spoke to some of the girls, they're interpreters. Then we have someone with us from the health ministry or something like that. We're not a group of tourists. And it's actually, we've traveled
This might be a series, Doug. Is it really? Okay.
different kinds of ways. It's not preferred method, especially when the group is 200 of us or something like that, something mental. And then the giant group is split into smaller groups, but the smaller groups are still giants, like 20 people. They sort of go everywhere together. But to be fair, like, I thought it's gonna be different. Like, I can walk away somewhere on my own. No one's really watching me. I still wouldn't risk it for a chocolate.
But the thing is, like, she's saying that she could walk away. You're not prisoners. You haven't done anything wrong. You've been given a visa to enter the country to run a marathon. So they're not treating you like you're a hostage. They're tour guides. I think this is it's a bit beat up, really. I don't think this is as intense as. This doesn't require the word intense in brackets at the end of the title of this YouTube video.
Are we heading back in the bus?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Careful. Don't want to get hit by a hammer.
No, I don't want to get hit by a hammer for sure. Let's ask. I saw a lot of taxis here. How do you order one if you want to order a taxi to go somewhere? Do you have an... Oh, just like that? But so you
The old
walk out
school.
and you went...
But
Okay, easy.
there's traffic rules. So there's somewhere that you can stop your taxi.
You can call them as well.
You can... They have numbers as well, or maybe
There's a number.
She's trying to ask them if they have Uber.
You have certain kind of application
And they're
called
separate businesses.
Seahome. It means satellite.
I see. So you can order it. I see.
What would have been a better question would have been to say to her, so when you want a taxi, you can't, there's no other alternative, right? You have to have a taxi. You can't call Uber or a Didi, or it's just taxi. You have to just use the one taxi. That would have been a better question, a better angle of questioning.
That was loud. Hello, hello. Wow. Wow.
Skipping.
Apparently on this square, is it true that on the square there's like markings for parades, so people know where to stand on the parades?
It's true.
Yeah. How
It's
many
way
people,
easier.
do the parades overall?
I'm not quite sure, but the biggest one was
just came to see this for people.
a million people participated in the parade.
A million people. Wow.
And where does Comrade Kim Jong-un stand? Up there?
Platform.
On the platform.
Just in front of the Olympic Stadium.
Yep. So we're saying about all the markings on the floor here, and you can see them just below my feet. There's one here that says 10-43, and then in 10-48, and the one here 10-47, 10-46. So each person, I'm guessing during the parades, has a position, and that's how they can orientate themselves. And yeah, it's absolutely fascinating how, I mean, when you see these parades, whatever you think of them, they're incredible pieces of work. And yeah, fascinating to be here and to see this that I'd read about so much.
What countries do you want to visit?
To be fair, they did that in Hollywood though. Walk to the mark, say your line, do it again. Give me more personality. Do it again. Done. That's a wrap. Mark, what I'm getting at is marks on the floor aren't nothing new.
Okay.
Maybe at the scale of 1 million people, it might be a bit different though.
I can give you my number, and you can come and visit us in Russia. Yeah? Okay. Deal.
We actually asked a lot of people which countries they would like to visit, and more often than not, you hear Russia and China. But surprisingly, Switzerland comes up too. We're not entirely sure why, but we're guessing it might have something to do with Kim Jong-un studying there.
What is it you think that most Koreans do on a Friday night or on a holiday like today?
Karaoke!
Of course they go 10-pin bowling.
10-pin bowling? Okay.
We're going 10-pin bowling. A typical Korean pastime.
Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, on the way here, we stopped in another souvenir shop. Great.
To be fair, it's working on us because every souvenir shop
See, the idea of them saying that this is sort of like exclusive, that no tourists come here, blah, 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 blah. Why would there be tourist shops if no tourists are allowed there? You know, they've got this set up for tourism. So it's not a huge undertaking to go there. Clearly. They've got pamphlets and brochures and posters that you can buy. These places exist for tourists. These shops aren't there for the locals.
Bought something. I keep thinking like, oh, another souvenir shop. And this one was the biggest purchase of all.
See? Why would there be souvenir shops if there weren't tourists? Just saying.
Are you going to play?
I can give you my tracksuit if you play.
10-pin bowling in Pyongyang is not something I had on my bingo card, to be absolutely honest, a few months back. But here we are. This place is packed.
Our guides told us that it gets quite busy, apparently during weekends and holidays, and also we told you that today is a national holiday. You see pictures of the great leaders everywhere. Fine choice. It's whether bowling.
I wonder how many tourists the DPRK gets per annum. Well, we did look in. We had the GPT machine before. We asked about tourists. Where was it? Current states of tourism, limited reopenings. In February 2025, North Korea permitted a small group of Western tourists to visit, marking the first such visit since the pandemic, since the COVID-19. There are restricted areas. There's a tourist experience. Visitors are typically part of a tightly controlled government-approved tour, which is what these guys are probably on. Let's ask it a more refined question. Let's say during 2025, how many Western tourists were allowed into North Korea? Let's see if it gives us an actual answer, a number. I want numbers. The number of Western tourists permitted to enter North Korea was exceptionally limited. I want numbers. The reopening initial group of 13. 13? North Korea closed its borders in March 2025. Therefore, the entirety of 2025, only the initial group of 13 Western tourists was officially allowed into the country. Prior to the pandemic, North Korea saw approximately 5,000 Western tourists annually. Okay.
Shooting or basketball. We opted for bowling. Everything is just so...
13's a heavy number for those tour guides to deal with. I don't know where they all are. What are they doing? They're missing the bus. What's going on?
A lot.
This is another thing that I really wasn't expecting on this trip. There's been actually quite a bit of chance to engage and just kind of like be around people. We thought we were going to be kind of shipped from place to place, which we are to a point. But, you know, like here we're able to, we're interacting with people. We look across and we're like laughing at our shots, and people are laughing with us. It's great, absolutely incredible. Something we really didn't expect for this trip. It's we've had a lot more engagement than we were originally banking on.
If they don't show us the marathon, I'll be bitterly disappointed.
Someone strongly recommended us have a look downstairs. Let's have a look.
Skittles. Oh, Dodgem cars. Hell yeah.
There's an ATM. Table tennis. Driving cars there. Is it a casino? Casino. Looks it.
Gambling.
airsoft.
Okay. Okay. Let's go.
You know what would be really cool? To go and see the red light district in North Korea. Does that exist? That would be a bit more of an interesting YouTube video.
Bowling, such a pastime here in North Korea. Next thing, you'll be telling me that we're going bar crawling after this. I'm in shock. I'm in shock. 안녕하세요. Hello. You get so many looks. I called it.
Let's go and get twisted. Let's go and get off our tree in North Korea.
Hello. 감사합니다.
Okay.
Let's see.
We need to know the schedule. We need to know like
What's their beer like?
Is it sort of four past because they want us all to move together, and I don't want that really.
Korean beer. No hangovers apparently. Not how I felt this morning.
I'll let you know as soon as I know.
No drinking. Aye, the chocolate. How is it? It's good?
You're not drinking, yeah?
감사합니다. Bye. Welcome to modern Pyongyang. This was the area that we went through yesterday when we landed.
Oh yeah, on the way to the hotel. Right?
Yeah. I mean, yes, totally different to the rest of the city, right?
This has been built in less than 5 years.
Wow.
Less than 5 years. So they
Maybe
built
less
really
than
fast.
that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how building quality is, but
But it is fast.
it's amazing.
It is fast.
Oh, you can see a lot of the places are occupied as well, right? Lights are on in the apartments, so it's not like
It's not
they're half empty.
Forest City.
It's not Forest City.
Well, it doesn't look it anyway.
I mean, it just looks like any other city, really. It's pretty clean, but it just looks like another city.
Next time we come back, we like all rent out a block, Airbnb it. Yeah. So yesterday when we were arriving here on the bus, we were speaking to one of our guides, and she was saying that this area has been built for professors and teachers in universities, and they get given the houses as part of their job role. So again, this is a communist country, so the system works just like the USSR used to, and people are granted apartments in certain parts of the city based on their profession. They also get wages and they get food vouchers with that, and this is apartments for some of the more qualified people here in the DPRK.
It's interesting to see communism working like that. Like, that people look. I mean, it's pretty subdued, but people don't look unhappy, do they? They're doing their thing. They're bowling. They're drinking beers. They're riding on buses. They're living in apartments. It doesn't look all that different to what we know, right? But that's communism right there. You're given an apartment based upon your profession for the good of everybody.
And yeah, I mean, it's just totally different to any other part of the city that we've been to. And yes, they are.
But then on the other hand, you gotta be prepared to, enjoy the limited other things like the internet. That's not the internet; it's the intranet. You can't go and book a taxi or get an Uber. You just have to use the general taxi service. It's limiting. People look happy though.
Honestly, people are so much more friendly on the street than perhaps I was expecting. I was thinking, especially after 5 years of not seeing any loud Westerners walking.
You get the idea that like you don't ever hear, or you don't hear very often of like refugees from North Korea, right? The people that are there seem to be pretty cool with it all. Starlink would not work. I doubt it. I highly doubt Starlink works over North Korea.
Around the streets.
It's a no-fly zone.
People might be a little bit more suspicious of us and perhaps would try and keep distance, but no, I mean, to be honest, people have been really inquisitive, and when you kind of smile, when you say hello, everyone wants to talk. It's lovely. It's really, really lovely.
Our driver left without us.
I saw. It's just made me walking back.
Halfway, and he's gonna meet us.
He's gonna meet us
down the road. He's gonna meet us at the next bar.
I wonder what there'd be no Western, like the beer and the whiskeys and stuff. They'd all be local. You wouldn't be able to go and get a Jack somewhere, right? It'd be like, oh hell no, dude. We have our own Jack Daniels. It's called Jick Daniel. It's something like that, right? They have their own version of it.
He's gonna meet us at the drive-through McDonald's.
Yeah, that's another thing. None of that shit. No fast food, no Maccas, no KFCs. I kind of like that, if I'm being honest.
What's all these shops here?
Yeah. What do they sell?
But cryptocurrency is banned, isn't it? Cryptocurrency is banned in North Korea. I'm pretty certain. Is crypto banned in North Korea? As of 2025, cryptocurrency is neither explicitly banned nor legally recognized within North Korea. The country lacks formal legislation, so pretty much like everywhere else, regulating digital assets, creating an ambiguous legal environment. So you. By the way, what about a VPN? How about VPNs? How about, because I'm thinking if you want to dabble in crypto, you need a VPN, right, to get onto the actual internet. How about VPNs? In North Korea, the use of VPNs is strictly forbidden. Ordinary North Koreans cannot access the global internet at all. They're limited to a closed national intranet called Kwangmyong. Attempting to bypass this firewall by using a VPN is considered a serious crime and can result in harsh punishment, including imprisonment. Imagine going to prison for using a VPN. Fucking, that's crazy, right? Tightly controlled for foreigners. Foreign visitors, including tourists and diplomats, sometimes granted limited internet access. Wow, even their VPNs are strictly forbidden. In summary, absolutely banned, practically an impossible. Has anyone ever been imprisoned, or has anyone ever used a VPN and been caught? I want to see what the punishment was. Yes, there have been instances where individuals in North Korea have faced severe repercussions for attempting to access unauthorized information, including through the use of VPNs. While specific cases of individuals being caught using VPNs are not widely publicized, North Korea has because they don't want that. So what was the repercussions? What were the repercussions? Yeah.
When's Claudia gonna get here?
She's getting here about 7-ish. It's just going 6. She said about 7. The repercussions.
Candy Crush
On what?
on the phone.
I'm using it as a camera.
Oh.
So that's a big no-no. So no one... Okay, so no one's... I was trying to find out who got caught and what was their punishment, but...
Small stores.
Yes.
What do they sell?
But their functions are different.
Okay.
Their functions, they sell
They
different
have
things.
different goods.
They sell different things.
Yes.
Okay.
So this one, for example.
Maybe they are for clothing.
Yeah.
But sometimes they have the same kind of things.
Yeah.
So maybe you choose, oh, that's my favorite store. Okay, I like to use shop assistants. Then I go to that store every day and buy your necessities. But the varying clothing.
Would you say that in different shops, prices are the same?
Yeah, prices are the same.
Prices are the same.
Yes.
So you would go there, choose a different shop or your favorite one, only because if you like someone better there, yeah.
Not because one shop's more expensive.
And it's nearer to our house.
And it's more convenient, yeah.
She did not answer the way they wanted. They were trying to say they were trying to get to the point where certain products are better than other products, but in communism all products are the same, right? So there's just the one brand of soap, there's the one brand of toilet paper. The tourists, the Julia and Matt and Julia, is that what the channel's called? Matt and Julia? I think it's Matt and Julia. Yeah, Matt and Julia. They were trying to get her to say, oh yeah, some shops have better products. She's like, no. We only go to a different shop if it's closer than the other one.
Only because if you like someone better there, yeah.
Not because one shop's more expensive.
And it's nearer to our house.
And it's more convenient, yeah.
Do you have like things on the phone to order? Like
No.
food and delivery?
shopping.
You have online shopping?
Yeah, I like online shopping.
Yeah, online shopping, but it's not really online if it's just this closed intranet, right?
Everyone does online shopping.
It's convenient.
It is.
Yes.
Better question would be, do you know about google.com? Have you ever been to amazon.co.ko? I don't know. Like the internet as they know it is not the internet. It's the North Korean intranet. So when she talks about shopping online, she's not having the same experience the rest of the planet's having.
Shopping.
It's convenient.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah. And they deliver the thing that you ordered, and we e-pay or we give them cash.
Yep.
So you order online and then
You're just like the rest of the planet. You order online and give them cash and they give you the food. It's awesome. What a society.
you get it delivered
Yeah.
to your house.
Yes.
Interesting.
And do most people
What the fuck? Why is that so interesting?
language.
Whoopsie. Why is that so interesting?
Pay or we give them cash.
Yep.
So you order online and then you get it delivered
Yeah.
to your house.
Yes.
Interesting.
And do most people pay with cash or card?
So she's like, so you breathe in and out and then you survive. Like oxygen comes in and flows through your blood and goes to your heart and then you live. It's like, yeah. So you're just like the rest of us humans. That's right. But what they're not saying is that it's very, very closed. It's a closed circuit. Hendrik, the thing they walked just past inspired that I saw that in the background, the tail end of the Cybertruck. Yeah, fully. Look at that.
So you order online and then
Yeah.
you get it delivered
Yeah.
to your house.
Yes.
Interesting.
And do most people pay with cash or card in the country? Or
Both cash and card and
Yeah.
e-pay, but that's dot cloud.
Okay, yeah, the QR code.
The QR
We
code.
scan the dot.
And sometimes we play with cryptocurrency. It's called the North Korean dong. No, it's not.
That's dot cloud.
Okay, yeah, the QR code.
The QR code.
We scan the dot cloud.
Okay. Yep.
QR code.
Okay.
Interesting.
Interesting that you have QR codes over here. That's very interesting. They're not saying what they want to say. They're guarded, right? Imagine being in that hotel watching whatever's on hotel television, man.
As if this day couldn't get any stranger. We're about to finish here with DPRK snake wine.
Snake wine, that sounds rad. It's a train station, was it, Doug? You know what they should have done? They should have rocked up with a USB stick with like, I don't know, like something like a you can save a web page to a desk to you can download a whole web page. They should have just gone to Google and I don't know, they should have left a USB stick in the hotel for someone else to find. That's what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say.
I mean, this is something I had no desire to try before we left, but it turns out we're easy victims to peer pressure. So here we are at 11 o'clock when we're supposed to be up at 6 for a run. Thank you very much, Anton.
It's 11 p.m. They got to get up at 6 a.m. to go on their marathon and they're drinking snake wine. And there's 2 minutes left of this video. We're not seeing a marathon.
I've been more excited for a drink in my entire life.
You want to look at it right there.
Actually, I'd love to go there to sample their whiskeys. Imagine being in North Korea and going to a bar and saying, "Can I get a bottle of the black whiskey and then a bottle of the grey and then a bottle of the white?" They'd have just very bland varieties of it. I'd love to try it. Actually, you know what? ChatGPT, you little beautiful machine. What whiskey is North Korea famous for? North Korea is most notable and indeed only whiskey brand is Samilpo whiskey. Samilpo. Introduced in 2019, this marked the country's first foray into whiskey production. North Korea's first whiskey. Named after Lake Samilpo, a scenic spot near Mount Kumgang. That's unfortunate. Mount Kumgang? Shit, I kind of want to try it.
Benny!
What?
You should shit.
No, I said sit down and be quiet. 40% ABV, red label.
Gang bang! Gang bang!
Thank you, Henry.
Gang bang! Gang bang! Gang bang!
Gang bang.
This is gang bang. Gang bang.
Can you?
Gang bang!
Gang
bang! Gang bang! Gang bang!
Oh, shit.
Gang bang! Gang bang!
Can
Gang bang?
I
Gang
buy
bang. Gang bangs.
it in Australia? Of course you cannot. Currently, Sampillo whiskey is not available for purchase in Australia. Major Australian liquor retailers, distributors such as Dan Murphy's, Nick's Wine Merchants and the Whiskey Company do not list it. Why is it unavailable? Several factors. Import regulations, political trade restrictions, and the fact that it comes from a communist country. But I want to try it just out of curiosity.
It's just the head looking at
Let's
you.
take a photo.
With the smell.
It smells.
It does.
Snake wine.
Are we celebrating your haircut?
It's your of my heart.
Bro, just imagine.
Does your hair grow?
It's overdue.
So not only is this 60% snake wine from the DPRK, this is 60% snake wine from the DPRK.
60% ABV?
Out of date in 2023.
I feel like let's just do it. Don't be too generous, please. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
what do you pour with that? Just
I'm good.
neat?
That's good. Thank you very much.
On the Roxas?
Look at it.
It smells like an asshole.
Honestly, it smells like petrol.
It does.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bless you.
That came in the right moment.
It did.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Prost.
Post.
Eastern European?
Two.
There's like a thing in there.
Okay, one. Just.
Yeah.
One.
You got to sip it. You got to taste it, man. Got to get the flavor profile. Don't just neck it.
Fuck me.
It's not bad.
You're Russian.
End of part 1. You're right. Okay. I don't know if I want to watch part 2. Kind of do. Is this part 2 here? We won't do it
North
tonight.
Korea.
Is this part 2? I guess this is part 2. I guess this is part 2. We won't watch it tonight. We'll watch it another time. Let's before we wrap up here, I guess let's just work out what we've just watched. So, communist country, everything closed off from everything outside of that country closed to civilians. So the rest of the planet, the West, is forbidden, right? It was fun. Yeah, look. That video was interesting. It was it was a bit boring. And I don't think it needed to go to the 45-minute mark. There was enough action, or there was enough like interesting content to trim that down to around about the 20-minute mark and still be as kind of like hard hitting as it was. But the idea of Westerners visiting a communist country under the disguise of being athletes competing in a marathon, it's kind of funny, right? There could have been a bigger play on that. That could have been more of a draw card, you know, like Mr. Beast. Like we disguised ourselves as athletes and snuck into North Korea and ended up looking at statues all day. Like that would be kind of how I'd angle it. And then at the end of the trip, we got absolutely shit-faced off snake wine. That would be more fun, right? She's at that age where everything is a swear word. I'm sorry. Haven't you got your Kansas on though? How are you hearing me?
I can't just block out like the sound.
She can't block out the sound. Block it out. Anyway, Poopsie is here. Claudia's on her way. She'll be here shortly. I'm going to wrap this up because I've got to get dinner organized and have a good evening. See you all soon, I guess, at some point. Not too sure when that will be. What's the stream? Today's Friday, Saturday?
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm going to go to bed.
Anywho.
And I'll see you guys tomorrow.